was being brainwashed and being told that I wanted to be married when I didn't want to, and he would still give me all the things that came with marriage.
Thank you for finally letting me take you out after all these years.
Really deep down, they just all want to date each other, but they're too afraid to admit it.
Stop assuming women can't earn more than their male counterparts, because they can.
Completely happy in the Philippines.
Only strengthen the idea that we are helpless, desperate, not very bright, and cannot think of anything other than money.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I'm asking that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Marriage is a hell of a lot more permanent than GF and BF.
A lot of women are being manipulated. And I'm going to tell you a story about my ex-boyfriend that's a great example of this. My ex-boyfriend and I dated for 2 years and a month. That's important to the story because I have a very strict boundary. If we've been dating for 2 years and I don't feel like we're going to get engaged or get married and our relationship's not tracking in that direction, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. So obviously when we first started dating, we would frequently talk about marriage. That's normal. By the end of our relationship, he would try to have conversations with me all the time about how there was no need for us to get married. And again, it's important to note that this was towards the end of our relationship.
Guys, doesn't she look like she's about 35, getting close to 40, at least 32, probably late 30s, right? When do you think she realized it was time? Close to the age she is now. Do you think she was thinking that way when she was young? She was wasting it. She was clapping it. Had guys slapping it. They was doing a slam dance on her. Slam.
Clap, clap. She make it clap, clap, clap.
Slam. Let's continue.
I would never have put that much time into a person who wasn't aligned in their goals the same as I was. He would try to tell me all the time that I didn't really want to be married. I only wanted to get married because society told me that's what I wanted. And the government is going to be all up in our business. And I was being brainwashed and being told that I wanted to be married when I didn't want to. And he would still give me all the things that came with marriage. And we could still have kids, and he would buy a house, and we have some dogs, and live happily ever after. He just didn't want to get married. So I would explain to him, like, no, marriage is a non-negotiable for me. And you knew this because we've been dating for 2 years. And again, he would just try to convince me, what? You're telling me that you won't be with me for the rest of your life, all because of a piece of paper, when I tell you I'm going to do everything for you, and I'm going to do right by you, I'm going to take care of you. And I said, yes. So eventually we break up, and he tries to convince me over and over again that we should get back together and marriage is not that important and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. And so finally I told him, you're wasting all of your time and your energy trying to convince me that I don't want something that I know that I want, when it would be way easier for you to go and find a woman who's more aligned with what you want, who doesn't want to be married. Like, that doesn't make sense. And he told me straight up, well, no, I don't want to be with the woman who doesn't want to get married. What? He said if that woman doesn't want to get married, she's probably not a good woman, which I don't agree with, by the way. But this is a person who does a complete 180 on how he feels about marriage, and then tells me that instead of picking someone who's aligned with him and doesn't want to be married, that's not a good woman. So what does this say about you as a man? All that to say, if I didn't have the mental fortitude that I have, I could have been manipulated. Because that's how narcissistic men work. They'll tell you, hey, I'm going to give you all these things you say you want, right? A house, kids, this cute little life, this family, but I'm not going to marry you because that's my way of taking the power back in this situation. I'm giving you what you want, but not too much. I watch a lot of the manipulation happen to some of you guys, like in real time. And it makes me really sad. And I feel like if you know what it is that you want deep down in your heart, don't let somebody convince you that you want otherwise. Don't let people like convince you have to settle for crumbs.
I have a question though. Are you married now? I'm wondering. Because you broke up with him, you're close to 40. And why aren't you married already? Why didn't, when you got out of high school, because I know you're not a virgin, why didn't you tell that first guy that wanted to give it to you, hey, I want to get married? I'll tell you one thing that a Filipina told me today. And I'll tell you one thing that with my Filipina. You know what she said? She said she's with someone. She left him and decided to be single. Why did she do that? She didn't want to rack up bodies, but you kept doing it, right? Instead of saying, okay, I'm going to leave guys and do it at a young age and say, I would rather choose to be single. You were single because you didn't want to like just have relations with guys like that?
Right.
Because
That's
they are
huge.
like, they was actually like, I'm talking to this like Italian guy, this half Spanish guy or Japanese guy, and then like they gonna invite me out for dinner, coffee, and after that they're just gonna ask me like, oh, you wanna miss something private? I was like, oh, it's a no to me. I was like, I'd rather be single than being in a relationship.
I want something feminine and delicate.
And
Wow.
just one
Oh,
on the
hold
first
up.
time.
No. That's crazy. She just said she would rather be single so she didn't have to give it up to random guys. Where do you hear women saying that? That's she wanted to be single, so she don't. That's wild. Than to be out here clapping cheeks. That's what this Filipino said today, and I said, "What?" I got a few guys coming soon in an interview. I said, "Wow, I never heard it like that before." So women over here on this side are saying, "I chose not to date because I didn't want to clap cheeks." What are you gonna tell me now?
It's not my fault.
The whole Western society was manipulated. I know guys that are traveling across these borders and get strung up when women won't give them some, right? They get guys coming to the Philippines and get hung up. Women aren't just throwing it around. I'll save that for another time, but yeah, it happens. Guys, they'll go be somewhere. Oh, I'm not getting played here. I don't like it. But yeah, no, you're not convincing me. You're not convincing me because I can easily break it down and say, wait a minute, because I have too much evidence. I have too much evidence of women not doing what you did. The world is our playing field now. Men are able to play ball in other countries, in other courts and better courts, right? It's like playing basketball in a court in a park. You play in the park, it has the concrete sometimes. It's not paved. Nowadays, it's all paved, but it's not paved correctly. You guys remember like 20, I'm talking about like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, 20, 25 years ago, I'm playing ball in the park. Some parts of the pavement have bumps and cracks, and the ball's bouncing all over the place. And then it's like over here, it's like you're playing in a gymnasium. It's comparing cracks in the pavement, you can't dribble the ball correctly, to a gymnasium with polished floors, with no sweat on the floor because it's always wiped up every time you move. That's the difference.
Thank you for finally like letting me take you out after all these years.
Okay. Yeah.
So like remember what was on the news the other day? How do you feel about that? Like on the parliament and Israel and
I'll stop it right there. She obviously don't care about this dude, and dude's not going for it anymore, right? Why? If you've been trying to date this girl for years, you take her out on a date, she's doing that. I'm getting up and walking out. And it's funny, right? I gotta be honest with you. I wouldn't be that guy that she does that to. I get up and walk out on her so fast. She's like, wait a minute. I confess. And throw her drawers at me. Let me go on to the next video.
5 reasons why I hate London men. Number 1, they think they're women. Number 2, they all suffer from like age complexes. So like 29-year-olds that should be doing 29-year-old things believes he's 18 and he's doing 18-year-old things. So there's like a mixed match between their actual age and like what they think they are, you know? Number 3, they talk too much. Number 4, all they know how to do is to lie and cheat and waste your time. Number 5,
We do not care.
really deep down, they just all want to date each other, but they're too afraid to admit it. So they really take out their anger on women because their true desires is to be with each other.
Nonsense, I know that.
And those are 5 reasons why I hate London men.
Just another girl with a list. Men don't take it serious. Men don't want to hear it. I'm sure in her comments, she got a ton of men saying, "Brr, what? Forget you. You don't want to be a..." Listen, don't get extra excited over it. Like, a woman like that probably won't give you the time of day anyway. Just take your ball, go play on another court, and don't deal with her, right? Stay away from women like her. And guys are. I'm sure guys probably don't walk up to her and talk to her. And she's one of those same women saying, "Why don't guys talk to me no more? I remember there was a time I was able to reject 5 guys a day."
Where did all the good men go?
Not anymore.
Women are out here earning more money than men. There are plenty of women out there who are making 6 figures, 7 figures, out earning their male counterparts. There are women who are making the money. Women are paid less than their male counterparts. Women can make good money. Women are paid less than their male counterparts, even though women are earning as much, if not more, than their male partners.
Are we caring about that?
Women take the hit because there's a pay gap. Women can and do earn as much, if not more, than their male partners. The women earn less. They have less earning potential right now. Stop assuming women can't earn more than their male counterparts, because they can. I'd say 50% of my friends make more than their husbands.
Man, that's funny. It sounds, though, that sounds like so many feminist women out there, right? That's their arguments all day. This woman making more. That's why we don't want to be married to you anymore, because we're making more. Or they say whatever to sound good, right? Same thing with her. And that's her, the person who constantly changes the story they tell. Sickening. Meanwhile, here's another brother that's completely happy in the Philippines. See my man there with his lady? Super happy. New installation to the Philippines. Found him a gorgeous Filipina they came here to be with. He's not looking to play any games, not looking to be with this one, and that one, and complaining like a lot of guys do, right? He's out here, found his one, he's happy. And that's the thing, right? Because most of the women here, there's some women that play games. There's some women that'll be dating you, right? That'll have another guy and play you like a fiddle. But for the most part, everyone is booed up, right? And there's a reason behind that, because they want to be taken serious. I got to be real. It's not like when you go to Thailand, you see a bunch of women sometimes playing around. I'm not trying to say you can't find a wife there, but it's a little harder. Or if you go somewhere else, right? But I know out here, the women are not playing. Now, you can find women that are off for the streets, so you have to be careful. You can find women that play games a lot, so you have to be careful. But is it a lot of them? No. But anyway, let's hop on to the next one.
The hottest take on social media today is passport bros. My country, Indonesia, is never mentioned, but as Southeast Asian, I felt the urge to jump in. The so-called passport bros and some women who criticize them are two sides to the same coin. Well, I understand the concern of the woman, but I don't really like the way they describe women from developing countries like in Southeast Asia or South America. They only strengthen the idea that we are helpless, desperate, not very bright,
Emotional damage,
and cannot think of anything other than money. It only strengthens the stereotype and it hurts us. So my take is, it is completely fine to be in love with somebody from another country.
Exactly.
Because we cannot help who we have connection with. But we also must be cautious, and we really need to ask their intention. I personally do not like it if a man puts down another woman, like, "Oh, I don't like women in my country because they are so bossy, they don't know how to treat a man."
Well, no. See, she got it confused, right? It's true. She doesn't realize, I don't think she realizes, she's trying to be sweet. She's not realizing, wait a minute, they're coming at us and they're coming at you. Open your eyes. Are you blind? Like, really, come on now.
I'll take that as a red flag. So my message is treat every individual as a whole person who has their own aspirations and their own unique personalities. And let's all do the inner work and taking care of our body the best way we can. That way we can.
Okay, Indonesian lady. I get what you're saying, but right now it's not the time for men to back down. Right now is the time to hold the line.
Hold the line. Stay with me.
At this day and age, I'll give you guys, let me break it down. You guys will have this channel, right? 2 years ago, I seen what was happening. I said, now's the time. You got to understand this, right? The whole time, this is for the Indonesian lady right here. All my years in the Philippines, I made some content telling guys to come on out, talking about the bad things, but I didn't go fully in. When I started seeing video after video after video on TikTok, I took off my shirt, washed up, put on another shirt, said, okay, it's time.
It's time to stop. No more.
And then I stepped in, and what she has to realize, I picked up my phone, looked on TikTok, and I seen so many women just bashing men. And I jumped to, I was one of the, like you had the guys doing the red pill content, and you had guys talking about women like Kevin Samuels. I said, you know what? It's my time, right? Because I've been out in the Philippines for 10 years, and ain't no damn way a woman gonna tell me what they're saying about guys is true. It's not, right? Guys are looking for happiness, and I found happiness. So what I do is I try to connect with, I don't only react to these women, I try to connect with as much passive bros as possible to get their stories, to show other men you can do it, right? Because I don't want men being deterred because of a woman think any longer. There's gonna be some guys that stuck in the West that will never get out. They'll keep, letting the woman sugarcoat things to them, keep falling for their lies, keep falling for their games. And little Indonesian lady, I gotta say this to you. I don't think you will ever understand because you're feminine and delicate. I can see it. I see the way you talk. You think, oh, I want everybody to give love and show love, and everything is love and sunflower and roses and glitter.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Glitter falling. You like glitter falling from the sky? This is not glitter falling from the sky. Men must hold the line because we've came so far, and now is the time. But guys, with a lot being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, now is not the time to back up. And I already know why you guys are leaving, because you realize
This is the way.
passport, bro. Passport. No. It's definitely more to life than dealing with that nonsense back home.
Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.